Today we are ranking WWE Women's Wrestlers 2024 so far. The tiers we have are S, A, B, C and D. So, quick disclaimer, I don't know a lot about NXT, to be perfectly honest. I know like who's champion, I watch a little bit of it, but I really don't know that much. So D is also going to be the don't know tier. So if I don't know the person, they're automatically going to go in D. So I don't really know who that is. It looks like Thea Hale. I don't know if that's right, but yeah. So B-Fab has been a manager for the Street Profits a large chunk of this year, and has been quite a forgetful manager. To be honest, has done nothing of note really, apart from a good spot on WrestleMania with Scarlett going for a table in the 6-man street fight. Becky Lynch has had a bit of an up and down year, to be honest. So, came 5th, 6th in the Royal Rumble. Going into WrestleMania, faced Rhea Ripley and lost. And then a few weeks later, after Rhea Ripley got injured thanks to Liv Morgan, she won the Women's World Championship in a Battle Royal. Her 7th world title ever. But had a 1-month reign, dropped it to Liv Morgan at Queen and King of the Ring due to interference for Dominic Mysterio. So I feel like anybody who's been a champion has to be a decent tier. So I'm going to put Becky Lynch in B, to be honest. Don't know who that is. Going to go in D. Dakota Kai has had a pretty rough year. Was injured for the first few months of the year. Then lost at WrestleMania in a 6-woman tag. So I'm going to go in D. Alba Fire recently won the women's tag team titles at Clash at the Castle in Scotland with Isla Dawn, so she's going to go into C. Alexa Bliss has been pregnant and on maternity leave this year, it's going to go in D. Lyra Valkyria recently promoted to the main roster in the draft, got to the final of the Queen of the Ring and then lost to Nia Jax. She's going to go into C tier. Don't know who that is. Asuka's had quite an underwhelming year. She's been injured for a few months now. Lost at WrestleMania in a 6-woman tag, with Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane. Held the women's tag team titles for a little while with Kairi Sane in quite an underwhelming reign. But I think anybody who has held gold this year practically saves themselves. Ava has been general manager of NXT, but this is a list of wrestling, and she's not being a wrestler right now, so it's going to go in D tier. Bayley won the Royal Rumble, beat Io Sky for the world title at WrestleMania, and has had a good run so far with a belt. Defending against Tiffany Stratton and Naomi in a triple threat match at Backlash, beating Piper Niven at Clash of the Castle. So she's going to go in the S tier. Bianca Belair has had an okay year. Won in the 6-woman tag at WrestleMania with Jade Cargill and Naomi, and then won the women's tag team titles off of the Kabuki Warriors at Backlash, and I'm going to B tier. Blair Davenport done nothing since she got up on the main roster. Don't really know who that is, to be honest, so she's going to go into D tier. Candice LeRae had a nice little heel turn that got her onto a hot streak of wins, but then it led to nothing, so she's going to go into D tier. But yeah, Carmella has been off, had a baby. Charlotte has been out with an injury for the whole year. Chelsea Green, her character's great. The crowd love her. It's not going anywhere. So it's going to go into D tier. Cora Jade's been injured. Don't know who that is. Gigi Dolan's been a bit mid. So Indy Hartwell also had a heel turn with Candice LeRae, but led to nothing, so it's going to go into D tier. Io Sky held the world title, which she won at SummerSlam, cashing in. Held it all the way up until April at WrestleMania, where she lost to Bayley, and then since then she got knocked out in the early stages of the Queen of the Ring and hasn't done much else. So she's going to go in A tier for holding a world title from January to April of this year. Isla Dawn won the women's tag team titles with Alba Fire at Clash of the Castle, so she's going to go to C tier. Ivy Nile, done little to nothing since getting promoted to the main roster. Don't know who that is. Jade Cargill made her in-ring debut at the Royal Rumble, very impressive, eliminating Nia Jax, and then at WrestleMania was part of the big three of Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair, beating Damage Control, and then won the tag team titles with Bianca Belair at Backlash. So we're going to put her in B tier. Jade and Bianca had a good reign, and then just dropped the titles to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Don't know who that is. That looks like... So we have Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, were women's tag team champions for part of this year. I don't know who that is. Kalani Jordan just became the first ever women's NXT North American champion. So she's going to go in C tier. I don't know who that is. Liv Morgan came second in the Royal Rumble, didn't get on the WrestleMania card, but then at King and Queen of the Ring, she won the women's title, and in her reign so far, all she's done is hit on Dominic Mysterio, to be honest. She's really not done anything in terms of wrestling, but winning a world title. She kind of had the same sort of reign as Becky Lynch. So I'm gonna put her in A tier and give her the benefit of the doubt that she's got a long title reign to come, which will hopefully be very good. So I'm gonna put her in A tier. Lola Vice, I know she's been doing some NXT underground matches, but other than that, I don't know a lot about her. Maxine Dupree is really a jobber in Alpha Academy. Don't know who you are. Michin, done nothing since being in the main roster. Natalia has done nothing of late. Nia Jax won the Queen of the Ring and now has a women's world title shot at SummerSlam. So she's going to go into the A tier. Nikki Cross has done nothing so far, but has just returned on Raw the other day as part of the Wyatt Six. So hopefully she can kick on as this new Sister Abigail gimmick and push on to do something important, but until then she's going to have to go into D tier. Nikita Lyons has been injured for a long time, so she's going to go into D tier. Piper Niven just had a women's world title shot against Bayley, but other than that has done little to nothing. Just like Alpha and Isla Dawn were doing nothing, pushed up into the title scene because Clash of Castle was in Scotland, and Alpha and Isla Dawn are in C because they won the women's tag team championships. Piper Niven lost, so she can go D. Raquel Rodriguez returned to qualify for the Elimination Chamber, had a pretty good showing in it, didn't win the Elimination Chamber, and then has seemingly got injured again or not been on TV since, so she's going to go in D tier. Valhalla, the only really thing that's been important to her this year is that Michael Cole got very happy when she wore antlers at the Royal Rumble, and she also R-Truth accidentally tried to take her spot in the Women's Royal Rumble, even though R-Truth was supposed to be in the men's one. Shayna Baszler, really, this tag team with Zoe Stark, it's not working. It's just thrown together. To Sol Ruka, I don't know a lot about, but so she's going to go in D tier. Sonya Deville's been injured, just got back, hasn't done anything since. D tier. Don't know who you are. Tamina, I'm surprised she hasn't retired yet, because what has she done in like the past 5 years, to be perfectly honest. Tegan Knox, jobber. Tiffany Stratton had a world title shot at Backlash. I know my logic for putting Piper Niven in D is that she did nothing and got a world title shot and lost. But Tiffany Stratton actually built her way up to that title shot. She did lose. Same boat as Naomi. So Tiffany Stratton and Naomi are both going to go into the C tier for building their way up to a world title shot. But they both haven't done much since, which isn't ideal. Don't know who you are, D tier. Zelina Vega has had her injury problems this year. Hasn't really had the chance to do this much. Zoe Stark, nowhere tag team with Shayna Baszler. Don't know who you are. Don't know who you are. Kairi Sane, we're going to put in the C tier for her run as the women's tag team champions for a few months with Asuka. Don't know who you are. Or you, or you, or you, or you. And now Rhea Ripley held her world title for 380 days and included beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39 to get the title, to retain the title at WrestleMania 40 against Becky Lynch, but then having to relinquish it due to injury. But she's definitely going in the S tier. Roxanne Perez is the current NXT Women's Champion, so we're going to put her in S tier. No, bump it out to A. Scarlett, manager for the Final Testament, really doesn't do that much apart from look pretty. Gonna go in D tier, apart from that spot where Scarlett and B-Fab went through the table and WrestleMania. And then Shotzi, been injured for a lot. Don't know who you are and don't know who you are. So this is my complete list. S tier, Bayley and Rhea Ripley. A tier, we've got Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax and Roxanne Perez. B tier, we've got Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. C tier, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Lyra Valkyria, Asuka, Kiana James, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Kairi Sane. And D tier, notable people, Charlotte, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, all haven't been active. Same with Core Jade. And then people who haven't really performed that much, like Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green, Maxine Dupree, Natalia, and the list goes on and on and on. So I hope you did enjoy this video. More similar content to come down the line, and bye guys.